Thanks so much, Chris, for this time today. It's such a pleasure to meet you. I'm a great fan.
Thank you.
Obviously, you've been involved in the area we're in, which is media.
I have.
And I wondered if you could give us a few points, as obviously Wired is a most fantastic magazine, online magazine, and I think also Inc. you were involved in as a fast company. No, just Wired. Sorry, excuse me, my ignorance. So give us a few pointers about what you see is a good thing to offer the public, I guess, through magazines and editorials.
So I was the editor of Wired for 12 years. It's a magazine, print, website, and perhaps more importantly, for the sake of this conversation, a iPad, tablet magazine. And one of the things I'm proudest of is, as it became clear that Apple was going to release the iPad and tablets, that my creative director at the time and now the editor, Scott Dadich, led a team that was created one of the first iPad magazines, and it was an opportunity to sort of have the best of both worlds, the best of print in the form of packaging and design and coherent long-form storytelling, along with the best of the web in terms of digital distribution and being able to kind of get everywhere instantaneously, along with interactivity and video and all that. Today it's one of the most successful digital magazines out there, I think the tablet is, in many ways, the future of media, at least the future of rich media.
Interesting, yeah, and well, definitely for us, we're video-based, and obviously any sort of mobile device is where it's all going, and video is where it's all going. So thank you for that. I love this. You were just telling me this is your kids' 3D.
This is my kid's beat-up old 3D printer. It's not the best 3D printer in the world. It's about 3 years old, maybe even older, maybe 4 years old.
It's the first I've ever seen, so I'm absolutely
My
shocked.
children make dollhouse furniture. They push a button and out comes dollhouse furniture or board game figures, or they just make stuff with this. And I brought it in just as kind of an example of what every house, in a much more polished, seamless way, but what I think, maybe, someday every house will have.
Fabulous. So tell us a bit about 3D Robotics. That's your new...
Yeah, well, 3D Robotics does not make 3D printers. The 3D in our case is the air. Okay. We make drones for peaceful, civilian purposes, agriculture, Hollywood, sports, things like that. We grew up online as part of an open source community called DIY Drones. And today we're a multi-million-dollar company with factories in San Diego, Tijuana, and my office is up here in Berkeley. I'm the CEO.
So can I ask, what a shift from media to that? What made you make that move?
To be honest, the weird part in the story is the media, not the drones.
Okay.
My background is computational physics. Drones are computational physics. Okay. The weird thing is that I went from science to a fashion company. I work for Condé Nast, which owns Wired, and many of their titles are fashion magazines.
Right.
So the very odd thing in my career is that I took this detour into media, but I'm kind of back on track.
Okay. Well, fair enough. Well, how lucky we are that you did go into media, because you are a great role model, and Wired definitely is definitely.
Well, I wouldn't have gone into any media except for Wired. The idea of taking the most interesting, important ideas of the day and turning them into a package, and that's what media is good at, is at packaging ideas. And so what attracted me to Wired, particularly first as a reader and then as the editor, was the ability to propagate powerful ideas into the world in a way that would have an influence.
Yes, and definitely does make a difference. It's not one of those media that just goes for drama. It actually has great scientific stories.
Exactly.
And I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Absolute pleasure meeting you.
You
Thank
too.
You.